Today.
Hi guys, I'm Tim. Welcome back to TW Bricks. Today we're heading back to the Minifig Shop in St. Louis. Won't you come inside with us? Hey Bobby, how you doing?
Good, sir. How are you?
I'm pretty good. Great shop here.
We're working at it. Every
Great
day's
shop.
a new day.
So you've been in business for 2
Right
years?
at 2 years.
Yep. 2 years, okay.
Yep, a little over 2 now.
So getting ready to expand.
Yep, gonna knock out a wall, make it about another 1,400 square feet. I have 300 square feet dedicated to a party room. We're gonna have about 500 extra retail space. And we're gonna try to have some work areas and stuff in there. Right now we get stuff kind of behind the counter. We get a lot of projects going, a lot of irons in the fire, stuff piled up. It's not the way to do things, right? And we've figured that out. But that's kind of a Lego problem, I think.
I was going to say, that is a Lego
If
issue.
you're not stepping on them and knocking them over and causing problems, then you're doing something wrong. But
So what's the square footage you got right now?
we're right at 2,600 square foot right now, and like I said, with 1,400, hopefully by the new year we'll have added there.
What got you started in Lego?
I didn't have a lot of Lego when I was younger. My parents told me they were expensive. They're kind of right, but we showed them, I guess, a little bit because we've got a few around here today. To be honest, what got us into it is my uncle's oldest son really got hooked into Lego when he was small.
Okay.
Mainly Star Wars stuff. Started buying and selling a little bit, just to kind of feed his habit of loving to build and be creative with that type of stuff. I got into it a little bit later. My uncle kind of figured out buying and selling online. He could get some cool stuff. He could get some things. His son could get a little bit of use out of it. He could sell it, maybe make a dime or two. So he bought and sold online for several years. He's a software engineer full-time as well. So he decided that he didn't need to do that anymore. Kind of didn't want to have the extra work of shipping and stuff, buying and selling online. So he asked me if I wanted to do it, take it over. I kind of got into it more on the business side first, buying and selling. It was a way for me to get to spend more time with my family at home. I had come from retail before and done some computer work for some places as well. That retail experience, we had talked about doing a retail store up here for a couple of years. I had always said no. I swore retail off. I wasn't doing it again. July 4th, I guess, of 2019, we were at a family picnic. He kind of talked me into it. My wife gave the go with the rule of, hey, get some of this Lego out of the house, clear up some space around here.
I understand that.
Like I said, about 3 months or so-ish later, we signed a lease. We were moving stuff in here and getting started. So
Look at where we're at now. So
yeah, here we are.
let's take a little walk through the shop and let's
Sure.
see what you got.
The Van Gogh is cool. So that's a custom deal that we got from the Abby Dabbles folks. It's a husband and a wife. They do some custom stuff. They do some art stuff that travels around with some conventions. And that's one of the things that they had. Thought it looked cool. Thought we had a big spot on that wall that needed something to fill that space and brought it down to us. And there it
You
is.
stated that you've been in business for about 2 years.
Yep, right over 2 years. 2 years
In
and
the
a week.
middle of that, we got a pandemic.
Sure.
So how did that hit you guys? Were you guys a little shaken in that?
As a country, it's you kind of learn on the fly. The whole world's kind of figuring it out as you go. Things change, ideas change, ways to go about things change. We're a hands-on place. We were closed for about a month and a half.
Okay.
Being hands-on and kind of part of the way we chose to display things. We wanted it to be where you could pick things up and you could see it as opposed to everything being behind a case.
Right.
Lego to me is supposed to be a hands-on deal. So we've kind of tried to adjust as you go, figure out new ways to clean things, try to approach it in different ways to make it where it works for folks. We do birthday parties. We started doing birthday parties when the stores closed for a little while, and then as it got a little worse, we stopped them. Try to just do the best you can. I think that's what this whole thing has been, is trying to just do the best you can.
Now, I'm
with it.
assuming during that, did your BrickLink account pick up business?
A little bit of BrickLink, a lot of eBay, kind of more our thing. It did. We decided to go back and to ramp that stuff up because, like I said, when it's closed for a month and a half, you're trying to figure out a way to minimize the damages being closed. I mean,
Right.
obviously, a new business and a new place. We did ramp that stuff up a little bit. We tried some things with moving our inventory online and doing a little bit of curbside, and all those things helped. Obviously, they're not the same as being open. It did help during that period, and like I said, I think it affected us less than some businesses and more than some businesses. But I think you just kind of try to figure it out as you go. Everybody's kind of in the same boat, right?
Right. Absolutely. So walking through your shop here, what's your favorite set that you've picked up so far?
My favorite is there's a Darth Maul bust. I like Star Wars a lot. There's
Okay.
a Darth Maul bust that's yay big and about this tall. I think it's really cool. We've had like one of those, I think, since we've been
Right.
open. There's some of them that I hate to see go. Some of them, that's okay. I don't mind. We've saw it for a little while, but that one's one I kind of miss. I think some of the Technic cars,
Okay.
I think are very cool. We've had a few people come through with some custom things that are really neat. We just had almost 55,000 piece. It was a Hungarian opera house. Absolutely amazing. Pieces have been sent overseas. There's some pieces I had never seen before. Some little small blue globes that I would have told you weren't Lego, but they were. Yeah, absolutely amazing piece that we bought from a gentleman. He's got a couple other custom things that we bought from him that are just really cool. As far as sets, so like I said, Technic cars, Star Wars, I like those. The modulars are very, very cool. I mean, I like a lot of different stuff. One of the things I think is really cool about Lego, and part of why I kind of think this whole thing works, is that you can be 2 or you can be 95. You can be a boy or a girl. You can be in it for collecting. Maybe you want to buy them and you want to keep the boxes, not open the boxes. Maybe you want to buy them and you want to build them. Maybe you want to get a pile of bricks and make something creatively. Maybe you want to follow the instructions and then you're done with it. Maybe you buy it, you follow the instructions, then you want to modify it. You want to build a city. You want to have these different parts in your house. There's a million different ways that it works. So I mean, I think the tips to collecting is going to be, you have to decide how you're going to collect, right? Do you want it to be sealed stuff? Do you want it to be figures? You kind of got to pick your spot. Keeping stuff in good condition, keeping your boxes in good shape, not crushing your boxes. Keeping manuals if you're doing pre-builds. Keep your manuals and stuff in nice shape. As far as what to collect, I think that's kind of something you got to pick your genre or what you enjoy the most. Condition, main thing to me as far as collecting and keeping stuff in good dry spots, not stacking stuff long ways, stack it standing up. Keeping stuff boxes, like collecting everything else, keep boxes and keep books in good shape. And obviously, make sure you don't lose pieces while you're building and playing. You give me the instructions. I'm a rule follower. I want the instructions. I want the bags numbered. I want to do bag 1. I want to be done with it, and I want to set it up on the shelf, and I don't want to touch it again. To me, it's like a puzzle almost. It's done.
Absolutely.
It's cool to display. It's cool to look at. I've done the process. Great.
And it's very relaxing.
Sometimes it is.
Until you lose a piece.
Until you lose a piece. There are some of them too. I find myself that I'll get started on something, and my wife will be mosaics. The mosaics come in 9 little pieces, and you do piece at a time, piece at a time, piece at a time. About the first 4 or 5 of those is a lot of fun. 6, 7, 8, 9 starts to stress me out because I want it done. And my wife's like, that's not how this is supposed to be. It's supposed to be, you just realize. I said, yeah, but I need it to complete so I can hang it up on the wall and I can do your thing. So
and it's done.
Again, it's very interesting how different people do it different ways for different reasons. And like I said, one of the coolest things, we hadn't been open very long. My 2-year-old's over here playing on the kid table. Husband and wife, they got it probably 80s, 90s. Walk in, they're holding hands, and they go and they dig back in the bin over there. This is pretty cool, and they're all here for the same type of reason, and it's Lego.
It's all Lego.
And enjoying it.
It absolutely is. It can involve the entire family, like you mentioned. And we're getting our granddaughters involved. We've got one that's getting ready to turn 2, another one's getting ready to turn 4.
Mm-hmm.
I've had them on the channel building with me, and they absolutely love it.
It's nice. I have a 2- and 4-year-old. That's what my small ones are, and they, one of them wants to build them to knock them over, and one of them wants to build them and have them left alone. So
that happens, doesn't it?
She's a little bit of a monster. So that's her thing.
While we're standing here, I'm looking at the James Bond DB5.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on that? Because there's a lot of people in the Lego community. They like the vehicle because it's James Bond.
Right.
They like the car, and then you got the other aspect. They state that Lego didn't represent that car like they should. Kind of like the T1 van and the T2 camper van.
I think kind of another cool thing about Lego, I kind of keep going back to that, I guess, you can view it your own way, right? You're going to have people who like a certain building style about how it goes. I think you can like it for different reasons, and you can have complaints about things for different reasons as well. Do I like this? That's not my favorite. I don't know that I think it fits. But I like some of the ways that it's built.
It's very playful.
I think it's a pick it up and you can play with it, and it's a solid set. I could go in here and I could look at every set in here and I could tell you, well, I don't like this about it, or I do like this about it.
But it comes down to personal opinion.
It does, yeah.
All right, guys, as far as buying and collecting, don't let us or anybody on YouTube influence on what you like. Well, if you like it, buy it. And if you don't buy it. Guys, it's just that simple. In the course of you guys having the shop, have you ever had a set that came in and said, you know what, that's not going on the shelf, that's going in my private collection?
Happens all the time, right? I try to view this as it's my stuff in the way that I can come in here if I want to look at stuff, almost like a basement, like what a basement would be to some people. Well, they'll have a whole room to set up, their basement is Lego, right? I can come in here and I can look at it, and then when I go home at the end of the day, it's like I've just went upstairs and left my basement. That way I don't have as much at home, but yeah, yes, I still acquire things.
You still acquire things.
From time to time, yes, things are still acquired.
So, have they brought in a set that you're just totally beside yourself thinking, why in the world are they getting rid of this set?
I think it's interesting. Some of the stuff that's really cool, a lot of times you'll get the story, right? And you'll have people come in, like the Daily Bugle. We got that from a guy who doesn't have a whole lot of space. And so to him, he enjoys putting them together. Like you said, it's relaxing. It's a therapeutic almost type thing for him. And so he likes to put them together, and then after he's put it together, he doesn't have the space to display it, so he'll keep certain stuff that he likes, and so he'll bring it to us. We buy from him. He keeps the boxes, keeps the books. I mean, they're They're wonderful. They're put together.
Right.
All the pieces are there. He does a really good job with that part of it. And then to him, it's the ability to move on to the next one. Right? It's the build to him. It's not the keeping.
He got his satisfaction.
He got what he was looking for. We'll have a few people who come in and do that. You'll have people who have collections. You'll have a basement full of shelves. Gone to people's houses, like house calls, to see what collections people have that they may want to get rid of. And sometimes people are moving. Sometimes people are just out of Lego. Believe it or not, they're just out of Lego for now. Or sometimes kids are going off to college. A million different reasons. But yeah, it's always kind of interesting to see why something that's really cool doesn't fit now. You'll have people. We have a guy who comes in regularly. His thing is, he'll have genres, and he may move around on which genres he wants. Does he want to do castle? Does he want to do pirates? Does he want to do modulars? A lot of different things. And so sometimes that changes, especially with small kids, 4, 5, 6, 7 years old. Mine likes, she'll like strawberry ice cream one day and vanilla the next. Going with the flow with some of the smaller kids sometimes.
Absolutely. So being the Minifig shop, you gotta have minifigures, right?
There's a few.
How many minifigures you think you guys have on hand right now?
Here you're going to be in the 4,000 to 5,000 range. Normally we'll be in the 8,000 to 10,000 figures range. On the tables here, we'll have the figures inside the licensed stuff inside the glass case up there. And again, kind of the thing with this, we like the tier tables. We thought they displayed well. We wanted to make it where if you come in, you see it, you think, wow, that's really cool. We also want it to be where you can bring your kids, grandkids, nieces, nephews, whatever. You can come in, and instead of coming in and picking up something in a package, you're coming in and you're kind of doing something, right? So if you want to spend the day or an hour, and you want to come in and you want to say, okay, we're going to spend $10 or $3, like the figures are, whatever. You come in and you guys can look around and you can build the figure. We've got the create your own table over there. We've got these here so you can mix and match and make it how you want. If you want to make your family, if you want to make friends, if you have a scene that you're working on for school, you can come in and you can do that. The ability to go and do those things and build with your kids or build with your friends and family, make your character how you want, take that home, put it on your nightstand or whatever. I think the kids will remember what they did that day more than they're even going to remember the figure.
It's a bonding moment.
Absolutely.
So going on through your shop, good collection of boxed items. A lot of architecture sets. Out of these sets, which one do you see moving the most?
Star Wars moves the most. Harry Potter does well. They make new Harry Potter stuff fairly regularly. It all does pretty well. Star Wars is the definite leader in the clubhouse in that, though, as far as what comes and goes and moving the most. And then probably Harry Potter. Architecture, again, does well. The cool thing with the box stuff that we do that's a little bit different from Lego, from like Lego Store, Walmart, Target, right? Is so we'll have sealed box sets. But our box sets, we'll have some retired stuff where they'll take that stuff off the shelf. We want that stuff, right? We're looking for a way to, Lego Store's great, Walmart, Target, all great, right? But we're looking to try to kind of find our little piece that we can kind of plug into the whole Lego puzzle, right? So we'll have stuff that's current that just came out to stuff that's, sealed box, never been opened, 20, 25 years old, and stuff in the middle. The pre-built stuff we try to do, go about that. So we'll have stuff, I think the oldest thing I've got right now in one of the cases is going to be like a 78. It's one of I think the bathrooms or bedroom old sets.
I saw the bedroom up there.
Yeah.
And we're looking at the moon landing here, which is another older set.
It's going to be an old. So that's kind of one of the pieces that we try to do that makes us a little bit different. We'll have people who bring stuff into us. We'll have people who call us with collections, have us come look. We've sent my parents to Manassas, Virginia, to pick up stuff and bring it. Anywhere and everywhere we can get it. So if we need to come to your house to check it out, we're in. If you can bring it to us, we're in. You can text us pictures of anything you've got: bulk Lego, figures, pre-built sets, sealed sets. Text us pictures, we'll give you a quote over the phone. We're just trying to look for our way to provide something different from what everyone else is doing.
Absolutely. You mentioned Star Wars. Yeah. That's the set right there. That's the Slave One. Excellent looking set there.
Yeah,
so
that one's pretty slick. This one here. So we try to keep stuff the best we can. This is one we got from a guy who we bought several things from. He was kind of another guy who he would keep things very good, and he just needs some space.
You mentioned bulk Lego.
Yeah.
We've been sorting at our place. We just got 2 18-gallon totes that we acquired, and we're sorting through that. My wife and I, we know about sorting on these tables. We spent a couple hours on these tables.
Yeah.
So, how many pieces you think you actually have here? How many pieces you think are going out? How many pounds?
So I would tell you about 100 pounds. It'd be about 200 pounds, 100 pounds a piece on each of these tables.
And
these
then all the
bins,
totes.
Yeah, and then these totes are going to be full. I'll have totes in the back. Mike's always sorting, always picking stuff from there, cleaning, washing, sanitizing, steaming, all that good stuff. We'll probably have another 1,500 to 2,000 pounds-ish.
The ratio as far as volume per gallon, you're looking at about 1,000 pieces roughly to a gallon bag of Lego.
Yeah, another way. So if you know what a medium flat rate USPS box is,
right?
That's about 5 pounds.
That tells you how many pieces of Lego we've got here.
Yeah, there's a few. Yeah,
there's a few.
And stuff from from very normal you know, it's bricks, plates, printed pieces, stuff like that. So these old pumps. I mean, come in here because the kind of rummaging through the looking for, you know, whatever jewel you find in here that might
kind
be
of like an Easter egg hunt, finding that piece that you need.
It is. It's those movies. I jokingly said it, those movie bins that they have where they have like $4 movies at the store that you go and you look through. I don't have any interest in buying that movie, but I sure do like looking through the bin. I don't know
to see
why.
what's there.
I'm always curious.
Thumbing through, it's like, I remember watching that 15 years ago.
I'm in, you know. So yeah, it's kind of interesting. We had somebody the other day, like there's the flux capacitor piece from the Back to the Future car.
Right.
It's a $20-ish piece or so now. I had one of those in here the other day. So it's kind of cool. You know, you might find a piece that's a penny. You might find a piece that's you know, 15, 20 bucks. And that's kind of cool. In my Lego pieces from 40 years ago work just the same as the ones that do now. So you can kind of find some kind of jewels mixed into everything. And some people really like digging in this bin. Digging in this bin is not my thing so much, but some people can come in and dig for hours, and to them it's a joy. It's a therapeutic. It's kind of a way to get away from what's going on in the world and dig and build and create and finish stuff that they're working on. It's interesting.
I'm like you. I'd rather build than sort.
Oh yeah.
Now my wife, on the other hand, she does like to sort the Lego. She doesn't mind doing that.
Yeah.
As far as the building, that's not her cup of tea.
Yeah, sorting. This is bad for my blood pressure. That's what this is. Because if you tell me I have to find a piece, it's very hard for me to not get frustrated. But like I said, when people come in, they'll spend anywhere from 6 to 10 hours a week. Like I said, when they walk in the door, hey, how are you? And
I can understand getting frustrated. I mean, we've gone through 36 gallons.
Yeah.
Pulling parts for some mock builds. You go through all that, and you think you're going to have all the parts you need
Yeah.
out of 36 gallons. I mean, you've got a lot more here, and it is frustrating. You get all the way through that. You're still missing pieces. Like, you can't be missing pieces, But here's a great place to come and search and hopefully find the piece. And we actually found something that we needed. So we got a little Lego city here, a little amusement park. What can you tell us about? I love the Ferris wheel.
Ferris wheel's cool. He's got a really nice light kit on this one. So the story with our table, we put this table in here. It's been a few months back now. A guy named Chris Curtis and Mark Holder helps him with it a little bit. But Chris is the main guy on this deal. He comes in, he's part of the Lego user group, the Gateway Lego user group, good group of folks. He does this table for us because he's good at this type of thing, and we are not. In a way, it's an art to it, right? It's not just building a set and putting it here. It's not, move this here, move this there. There's stories that he's got in here. There's Curtis, he's excellent at this stuff. He'll come in and he'll change this out about every month and a half, 2 months. Right, so this is part of his collection. Yeah, if we've got something that he can use or whatever, he'll do it. But this is his stuff. He takes from his house and he comes in and he sits down and he changes it again. Like I said, about every month and a half. We've done a carnival, a winter village. Spent some time and put some guys on rare earth magnets. And you'd have carolers who would move around with Lego thread chain and motors and gears underneath. He built a platform so he could do the working, the moving parts underneath the bottom. Tram that he made move with magnets. Ice skaters, carolers, like I said, that move around. Really, really cool stuff. So we're the Minifig Shop, guys. We're at 200 South Kirkwood Road, Suite 104. We're 2,600 square foot right now. We'll be 4,000 hopefully by the beginning of the new year. We're online on Instagram. We're on Facebook. We buy, sell, trade Lego 6 days a week, 11 to 6 every day except Tuesday. If you have stuff you want to get rid of, let us know. If you're looking for Lego gifts, presents, let us know. Anything Lego, if we don't have it, we'll find it. Again, we're the Minifig Shop. That's us. That's what we do.
We hope you enjoyed the tour today of the Minifig Shop. If you like this content, please like, subscribe, and don't forget to ring that little bell. See you later.